Oh, hey. Women, am I right?
I am one. And funny story how that happened.
Yeah, I can do that.
Honestly, I lucked out with being a girl. AJ over there got turned into a hamster. Poor bastard. And speaking of men who get turned into women because of curses, Ranma 1/2. You like that? Turned myself into a woman for this video. Wasn't really worth it, but this is my life now. Ranma 1/2 was a manga series by Rumiko Takahashi, which was developed into an anime and also apparently a TV movie, which I'm just learning about. The manga and anime follow a boy named Ranma, who's been trained in martial arts by his father since his youth. He falls into a pond, something cold water equals girl, hot water equals boy. Throughout the series, Ranma tries to find a way to cure himself, while his friends try to fight him and his fiancés chase that. Now, some of you recognize the name Rumiko Takahashi, it's because she's also well known for her other works, Inuyasha and Urusei Yatsura. But instead of going on about Ranma, let's take a look at his video game adaptation, starting with Ranma 1/2 Hard Battle on the SNES. Now first and foremost, this is an awesome cover for this game. It's so bad, but in such a charming way. And charm is the perfect way to describe this game. From its visuals to its animations, it's just overflowing with love of the franchise. Now, it's your typical fighter that you'd run from any blockbuster back in the day, if not even more simplistic, but what it lacks in the competitive scene makes up for in pretty tight gameplay and colorful visuals. The sprite work and animations are so good that I can't help but smile when playing this. I mean, look at the credits, I love them! Now, the plot of this game is just as simple as any story from the series, with the principal promising each character something they'd want. Ranma gets out of test, Ukiyo wants her business to prosper, and so forth. But of course, he doesn't follow through on any of these promises. It's not much, but I like its plainness. Also, this game had a PAL localization that changed a bunch of the characters' names. Like, Shampoo becomes Bamboo, Ukiyo becomes Frederick, and Moose becomes fucking Matthias! I love this! Overall, this game is awesome, and if you love this franchise, this game is an easy recommendation. What do you think about that, AJ? Alright, you're going in the sock. You think this is a joke, huh? Think I turned myself into a woman for a joke? Stupid rat boy!
I'm a guy again. Don't think about it too hard. Just pretend like I had like a hot cappuccino poured on me, or it's so hot. No, I'm a guy again. The next game I have is Ranma 1/2 Chona Geki Tohen, which roughly translates to Neighborhood Combat Chapter, which is an amazing title, and I think is the next Smash Bros. One, which I should be in. It's another 2D fighter like Hard Battle, but this one's different enough to separate itself from the others. As you can see, this game has its own different art style, as well as a different roster. In fact, it's the only game to feature Cologne as a playable character, and you can play as regular Genma instead of his panda form. But I've preferred the cute panda. But as many cool things that this game has, it's clear it's not the better option. The animations on Ranma take way too long and leave you open for attacks, and he's the only character you can play as through the story mode, and when I went through it, I couldn't get past Kodachi because she's so freaking hard. God damn it! Now, there's a bunch of other stuff that I plan to talk about, like how you can switch between girl and boy Ranma in between matches, or how awesome the backgrounds are. But I need to address something. Now, despite this game being on the Super Famicom and me using the Japanese title, it actually does have a localization. I give you this. Fucking Street Combat. What am I even supposed to say about this? Starring f***ing Sub Ryu? So this is Steven. It used to be Ranma, but now it's Steven. That's just the world we live in. In fact, everyone gets a new persona, and it's awful. With their original versions, we now have Robert Cop. RoboCop, but now he can take off the robo? Didn't he? Yeah, okay, just checking. Tyrone, Dozo the Clown, G.I., Motherfucking Jim, Helmet, Lita, Happy? Happy again? And poor Ryoga got it the worst. CJ? It's like all of 80s America vomited on this game and got rid of all its charms and personality. And all the rest of the good parts. But I can't help but love it. I mean, look at this! I've seen fan mods better than this. But this got a full release. Can you imagine if this happened nowadays? Like Bandai Namco looked at fighters and went, Dragon Ball? No one's gonna know what that is. Make it SpongeBob. Yeah, that'll sell. I'm gonna need a tall glass of cold, refreshing water to get me out of that.
So the next game I have is called Ranma 1/2 Treasure of the Red Cat Gang, and you'd be surprised how easy it is to forget that you can turn into a girl. Now, this game is interesting because it's an RPG, but it's a good one at that. The plot is very reminiscent of a story that you would get from the actual series. So this guy knocks over this thing and releases the Ghost Cat King. Mr. Cat King wants to collect 3 MacGuffins to conquer the world, and Ranma gotta stop him as Ranma normally do. And can I just say, this game is so faithful to the series and I love it. The writing is so accurate, the characters feel exactly how they should, the sprites look amazing, the special moves are so cool, and I'm running out of adjectives to describe how god tier this game is. I swear to God, AJ, in a body bag, down the river! For RPG fans, it's really nothing special. You kill dudes to level up, you can equip items to boost stats, different characters can use different kinds of attacks, that whole Final Fantasy shebang. But for Ranma fans, this is awesome. All the fan favorite characters are there. Not you, Sasuke. And they all feel alright! Another cool thing is that you can use the kettle and bucket items to change certain characters into their cursed forms, which can allow you to get into areas that you couldn't otherwise. And it's so cool. It would be nice if I could play as them in battle with different stats, but then again, I don't know how good my party of a piglet, duck, and cat would be. The game's not complex. In fact, it's really simple, but I think that's to its advantage. Ranma 1 has a simple story. Boy meets girl. Boy can also turn into a girl. And boy also meets 3 other girls who want him. And a guy. And there's also a bunch of other people who can change into things. Okay, maybe it's actually really complicated. I'm gonna go back to being a guy now.
Oh man, nothing beats a warm shower with all your clothes on. And speaking of showers, the last game we have is a doozy. It's a 3D PS1 fighting game. Yeah. It's gonna be that kind of day, isn't it?
Akane-san, Hibiki Ryoがただいま戻ってきました。天童茜、今日は絶好。
Oh god, who let this happen? No, there's the showers I was talking about. This was the last major Ranma game that's ever been produced, and it's a bit disappointing that the series went out like this. Don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible game, but it's mediocre at best. It's very slow and there's no balance to speak of. Like, I literally beat the campaign by playing as Happosai and doing single punches. It's not that surprising that it was made like this, since it seemed like every fighting game wanted to go 3D, but it really does not work for this series. I mean, it does have some good sides that I can point out. Besides the joke I made before, the graphics really aren't too bad for the PlayStation 1. And the cutscenes, you know, could be worse. Yeah. And the humor seems to be okay. There's fun pre- and post-fight dialogue. I mean, I can't understand it, but it's probably pretty nice. Oh, and I love Akane's outfit in this game. But where this game stands out is the thing I said before.
It would be nice if I could play as them in battle with different stats.
Yeah, you can actually change into certain characters' cursed forms mid-fight by walking into a shower and turning back by going into a geyser. I love the idea behind this. The only problem is that half the characters that can even use this mechanic become small animals, and it's not great for balancing. Or fun to fight against. Overall, the Ranma series has had some great games, and for how niche of a series it is nowadays, I'm just glad it has games. And hey, now that I've finished reviewing all those games, I probably shouldn't have to worry about turning into a girl. Unless I have to review more, but that's an issue for later. For right now, I'm gonna focus on reviewing a different anime video game. Maybe Dragon Ball Z Budokai or Budokai Tenkaichi 3. No! Digimon World Next Order. I heard this one had some mixed reviews, so it'll be fun to dive into. Well, the landlord certainly wasn't bluffing about those bills. Whoa, it's back. Alright, anyway, like I was saying, I'll be reviewing Dragon Ball Z Saga's What? Please, don't do it! No, God, please. Don't do it!